Hello everybody, this is Miles Luigi. Welcome you back to Chapter 3 of the Paper Mario and the 1000-Year Door Mario Lone Run. I generally agree with everyone else that Chapter 3 is one of the funnest, best chapters. It's an awesome atmosphere. You're in a floating arena, for Christ. You're in a floating arena, you know, you've got the entire arena gimmick going on where you have to climb up the ranks and a whole bunch of other things. This is a fun chapter, though in the Mario Alone Run, there's a couple of annoying things going on with it, of course, including the mandatory partner usage as well. We'll get to that when we get to that, but as we can see, this entire operation is run by Grubba, so you can see this is where greedy venture capitalism will get you, kids. You don't want your own fighting arena floating in midair? Well, if you become a twisted, soulless, greedy clubba, soon enough you'll be commanding the world's most popular fake fighting tournament ever. Except the fighting here is real. It's definitely real. Not real enough that if you get to 0 HP you get a game over. If you get to 0 HP you get knocked back to the locker room. But in any case, back outside of Glitzville, that chest there, in case you're wondering, it has Power Plus Partner, which is normally an exceptionally useful badge. I don't need it, obviously. Chapter 3 starts out with the Minor League, which is not all that threatening because the entire Minor League is composed of either enemies we've fought or variants of enemies we've already fought, and they're all pretty simple. The purpose of the Minor League really is to get you used to the fact that you have to follow Grubba's condition in order to rank up. If you beat a battle without following Grubba's condition, then you actually have to defend your rank next battle instead of climbing up the ranks. Perhaps the only notable battle in the Minor League is the battle against the Handed Overs. The Bandits 5 HP 2 attack power, the Big Bandits 8 HP 3 attack power can wall you down pretty quickly, although if they steal something from you, they'll be more concentrated on actually stealing the coins or items from you rather than winning the battle. So you do have that going for you. I never really found Super Guarding Bandits all that easy, if I'm being 100% honest. After a couple of battles in the Minor League, Magik Koopa does give us a hint that, oh hey, there's supposed to be a new hot dog. That is actually our cue to go outside of the arena, and where we'll find Mr. Hoggle is having a lot of trouble with an egg. Chase down the egg and he'll start following us around. Isn't that really nice? Even though he was going to be turned into hot dogs. In a sense, we just saved someone's life from being turned into delicious hot dogs. You're even given an option. Save the guy, let there be hot dogs. This is actually not a but thou must. If you choose let there be hot dogs, your partner's like, Mario, you soulless bastard. Why? Let the egg follow us. Mr. Hoggle spent a lot of money on that egg, and he doesn't even get to use it. Oh, this just begs so many ethical questions. After blitzing through the Minor League, we come across to the Armored Harrier fight, which a lot of you are probably looking at this run going, well, Miles, Luigi, how are you going to get past the Armored Harriers? I can't. Even using Piercing Blow, even using Quake Hammer, the Armored Harriers have some ungodly high amount of defense that is impenetrable no matter what you do. I am absolutely 100% required to use the Yoshi partner to get across, and you do actually have to lose this battle once in order to do that. By popular demand, I decided to get a White Yoshi. To get a White Yoshi, you have to wait 19 minutes after the moment when you get the Yoshi egg. Given that 19 minutes is quite a bit of time, I decided to go off on a couple of side quests. For example, I pick up some star pieces. I also pick up the Flower Saver badge. Flower Saver is super awesome for Mario. It saves 1 FP per attack used, and a lot of Mario's attacks use 2 FP, so it flat out cuts FP consumption in half right there. When I said I'm not leveling up FP, the main reason why is because of Flower Saver badges. Using them, I can really lower the amount of FP consumed, and since Mario's the only one consuming FP, I don't need a lot of it. But either way, let's go ahead and let 19 minutes pass. That gets us the White Yoshi, which is probably one of the rarest of all the Yoshis. Plus, the White Yoshi has that slightly weirder hairdo. The White Yoshi just always remind me of like a godly Yoshi, which the Yoshi partner is normally a godly partner anyway. Once again, by popular demand, the Yoshi's name is Ridley, which is a reference to two things I've been told. It's a reference to A, the fact Ridley's always dead, which is relevant to this run actually, because the Yoshi immediately regrets his first life decision ever. And it can also, and this almost is unintentional, but it can also be a reference to Metroid Other M, if you know a little bit about Ridley and Metroid Other M. Gosh, that's a reference I'm not exactly happy about. An interesting thing happened when I turned off the action replay code, as all my partner max HP stayed at 0, which leads me to believe for all their HP values to go back to normal, some event that influences partner HP has to occur. Now, I decided to get around this by collecting a couple of shine sprites and then upgrading the Yoshi partner, because that sets all the partner HPs for me. I'm not entirely certain if, like, for example, you use the max HP code for partner to 0, like on an endgame file, go around and save if all of your partners are permanently at 0 HP and you can't upgrade them. I completely don't know. This is an action replay code to use with extreme caution, that's what I will say. But in any case, Armored Harriers are gone. I had to use the Yoshi. Let's go ahead and move on to the major leagues. Once you get to the major leagues in the Glitz plate, that's when mysterious things happen. Matter of fact, that's when the mystery theme plays, because it's like, well, the crystal star on the build is not the actual crystal star. Plus, all the battles in the major league is actually, they actually have a little bit more of a challenge to them, which thank goodness. Although a couple of them, like Tiny Spinies, Poker Faces, I can just Quake Hammer to death. Hooray! Sweet! A fan just gave us the Super Hammer. Cool. Now, in terms of raw upgrades, the Super Hammer in and of itself isn't too notable, just inherently because the jump is more powerful in this game than the hammer. Though, at default attack power, our hammer now does the same amount of damage as the jump. The notable part about the Super Hammer is that it now lets us break the big blocks, and it allows us to use the Super Hammer ability, which is very similar to another ability in Paper Mario called Spin Smash, which would let you hit an enemy in the front, and he would fly into the enemies behind him. Same principle here, actually. If you hit the front enemy with Super Hammer, it hits all the enemies behind them, which can theoretically lead into situations where you hit multiple enemies, do damage to the enemies in the back, and that can help add up to a great amount of damage over time. I personally don't find too much use out of it, however, with some of my battle strategies I might come up with a use where using the Super Hammer brings an enemy down to 1-hit KO range. Not in this chapter, though. Shell Shockers are kind of interesting because the type of Koopa Troopa that is here, if you jump on them and leave them on their back, they will hurt you a lot more. They normally have 7 HP 3 attack, but they'll trounce on you with 6 attack power, hitting both you and your partner if you had one for 6 attack power. That's quite a bit. Those shady Koopas, ooh, they're quite shady. They can't stand up to you if you have got a lot of attack power like I do, though. Oh, great, the Armored Harriers come back for a rematch. This is just one situation in the game where, thank goodness, you can just lose this battle outright. It doesn't even affect your rank, as Grubba will say up ahead. Just, dialogue that you almost never see normally in the game, because normally you pull out the Yoshi partner, bam, you win. Here, you actually run away, and Grubba's like, oh boy, this won't affect his rank, but oh boy. Entertainment! Yes, that's probably what Grubba was thinking in his mind. Entertainment, haha! Oh, that's a terrible condition for this battle, Grubba. The Magik Koopa Masters are quite deadly. They have a 4 attack power attack with their wand, defense piercing, difficult as all heck to super guard just because it comes at you really slowly, and the exact moment when you take damage is just kind of hard to anticipate. So I have a lot of trouble super guarding that, so it's like, well, screw you, Grubba, for making me having to peel all these times. Grrr. It's like Magik Koopas go down really, really quickly, but no. No! Ooh, a battle against fuzzies. I'd like to note something since it screwed me over once here. That flower fuzzy in the back, if he attacks you and drains your FP, of course, then he's able to shoot thunder at you, but more importantly, that in and of itself actually does not count as an attack towards Grubba's condition. So if he gives you a condition, oh, you get hit 5 times, Gonzalez, well, you better make sure you don't count the flower fuzzy draining FP from you. Yeah. oh look, it wouldn't be a Mario game if you didn't fight Bowser, would it? Thankfully, Bowser isn't too much of a threat here with 30 HP, 3 attack power, 1 defense, though he is good old Bowser. His bite can poison you, his jump can make one of your commands unusable, and of course he has his flame breath as usual here. I'm pretty confident actually, just like with the Armored Harrier fight, you can lose this fight if you want to, though because I'm not mandated to lose here, I of course go for the win. I get a little bit screwed over by the fact that Bowser did just jump on me and cause me to lose my jump ability. Thankfully, a sweet treat actually does that, but whew, that was a little bit worrisome. I thought I would have to hold out for 5 turns for the jump command to come back, because that's what you have to do in the original Paper Mario. Whew. I like this reporter guy. When you're in the minor league, he pays absolutely no attention to you, but when you're in the major league, he asks you a very important question. What flavor of soda pop would you be? Just condense your entire life drink into the size of a beverage and tell me what that would be, everybody. You would be Surge or Fanta, or you'd be boring and you'd be Diet Coke. I really shouldn't bash Diet Coke because Diet Coke tastes better than Diet Pepsi. Oh, opinions, opinions, opinions. A&W root beer, yeah. Or heck, let's be rogue, Jones. Hammer, Bama, and Flare. I like this battle just for the name. A Hammer Bros, a Boomerang Bros, and a Fire Bros. How about that? Not too much to this battle though. While we've been doing all this Major League battling, we've been having a couple of our mysteries solved, like we pick up this paper and Jolene takes the paper from us, actually. And we also sneak into the back room here where... Oh, hi there, Miss Mouse, once again. How much longer till you will regret decisions? Haha, there's a charge P badge here that I am not going to pick up. The Dark Craw is pretty similar to Gus, with the only difference being he has 6 attack power instead of 3 attack power. I don't know why, but I'm quite good at supercarding Craw's attacks. Just don't ask me why. Cake, cake, yes, give me the cake. Knock out my partners, knock them out indefinitely, please, please. It's funny, I get into this red Chomp battle and I can't attack for a couple of turns, that kind of stinks, but this is actually kind of exactly what I want him. The whole point of my run is me using Mario by himself, just like this, just like this. And not only that, I got the regular ending of a battle theme, not the one that says you suck and your partner's dead. Oh, you stink, Grubba. I just had one more battle to go against the Koopinator, the Dark Koopa Troll, and you had to give me this condition at least once, didn't you? Mandatory runaway. And against the Koopinator, which, because I can't use FP, I actually have to fight him legitimately instead of using Quake Hammer. Uh-oh, it's the menace himself. It's the Rawk Hawk. Now, Rawk Hawk himself isn't, well, I've been saying this for a lot of boss battles. He's a little bit different. He has a wide variety of attacks. I mean, it says he has 40 HP, 3 attack power, 0 defense, but his attacks just do a variety of things. Some of them do more damage, some of them attack you and his partner, some of them is him just blatantly cheating and dropping buckets over your head. So the important thing here is that he is quite vulnerable to status ailments if I did choose to use a couple of status ailments against him. Other than that, it is kill him before he kills Mario. And just as I mentioned, he does drop buckets on Mario's head. He is a ceiling enemy at this point, and Mario can't jump on ceiling enemies, which makes my main recourse here either a very well-timed Earth Tremor, or Quake Hammer. And in my personal opinion, Quake Hammer is flashier, more entertaining, cooler to see. Heck yes, I like seeing the Quake Hammer better too. The Rawk Hawk battle here, you are always given use a special move at least once from Grubba. You'll always be given that condition. You won't be given one of the other stupid ones like appeal 3 times. Now, if you thought Rawk Hawk was the actual final boss of this chapter, you would be wrong. Grubba himself is a greedy... I told you, he is a psychopath of a Clubba. Just absolutely no empathy for anyone else. And he's been literally sucking the souls of other people to make his 60-year-old body stay well-toned. Macho Grubba, he likes using lots of status buff moves. 60 HP, 4 attack, or no defense. But basically his pattern comes down to, I'll use a status ailment that lets me move twice in one turn. Then I'll use some status ailment move, then I'll attack. Then I'll use some status move attack. Yeah, it's pretty predictable. However, if he chains together multiple attack up moves, he can become quite a deadly target, all things considered. I especially struggle a little bit with his punching attack later down the road. If I wanted to be a little bit more ballsy in this battle, I could have leaned more towards using these status ailments. Matter of fact, if I wanted to, I could have purchased Sleepy Stomp from the Lovely Holes of Badges at this point and just used that. However, at the beginning of this battle, I do decide to use some status ailments. Ran into no luck with them, so I ended up just decided to duke it out with the raw attack power completely throughout the battle. He'll also occasionally up his defense, which prompts me to use the soft stomp ability because it just wipes out that status element. And 3 defense is pretty hefty to get through, especially since I'm relying almost entirely on the jump here. And no, go say goodbye to your defense. And by Nintendo miracles, the original champion Prince Mush has come back, and you will never be able to actually fight him. Because why would you be able to ever fight him? In any case, that has been Chapter 3, which once again, Chapter 3 is pretty big, so I'm going to save the interlude in Chapter 4 and put those two together. So, this has been Miles Luigi. I hope you've enjoyed. See you next time.